So I'm back for the second time this week filming a kind of anti-Valentine's Day look. It's super bright in the eyes, super dark lip, just something that I personally would not wear for Valentine's Day, but maybe anti-Valentine's Day. So I just wanted to do something super bright, super fun, and I am really enjoying this. So if you are with me and enjoy this look also, then just stay tuned because we are going to get right into it. Okay.
Well, hello everybody. Okay, so we're going to first off prime the face, and I am using the Kane & Austin Mattifying Primer. I think it's got some pore perfection goodness going on, but I mainly focus that in the center of my face. And then for foundation, I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever HD Stick, and then I'm going to blend all of that goodness out with the Morphe, I think it's M439 brush. Don't quote me on that. I'll put it in the description below. And then once I have all that blended in with the brush, I'm going to go in with the Morphe like Beauty Blender dupe and just make sure it's all patted in and looks nice and even. So for concealing, I'm going to be using the Tarte Shape Tape concealer, and I use two different shades because one's a little too dark and one is just a little bit too light. So I'm going to put a mixture of those all over my face and then blend them all together with the same Morphe Beauty Blender dupe kind of thing. Yeah. Alright, now it's time for cream contour, and to do that I'm going to be using the Chanel Soleil Tan de Chanel, or whatever the heck it's called, just the Chanel bronzer to just bring a little bit of bronzing to my face, and then I'm going to once again blend it all together with the Morphe blender. And then to set my under eye, I'm going to be using MAC Pro Emphasize on this Kat Von D Shade and Light brush using the light side, and I'm just placing that everywhere that I put concealer. Then to set the rest of my face, I'm going to be using this AIRSPUN Loose Translucent powder on this little powder puff and just set everything else into place. So now it's time for brows, and I'm using the Benefit Precision Brow Pencil. I forget exactly what it's called. I'll put it in the description box below. But anyway, I'm just using their tiny pencil to fill in my brows and just give them a more defined shape. Then I'll go in and put concealer directly underneath of my brow to define that shape even more, and then I'll blend that out with my finger and then eventually set all of it with the MAC Pro Emphasize powder once again to get everything nice and set into place. So to bring a little bit of color back to my face, I'm going to be using this MAC Studio Fix powder on one of the large Morphe Elite face brushes. Then to further define the contour on my face, I'm using MAC Shadester on the opposite end of that Kat Von D Shade and Light brush. Now I'm going to be taking MAC Brule. It's just a light cream shadow, and I'm just going to place it all over the entire eyelid. Then to bring a little bit of color into my crease, I'm going in with Geek Peach Smoothie, and like I said, I'm just dragging that into my crease, just making sure it is nice and buffered in. So to define a little bit more of my crease, I'm going to be going in with this Makeup Geek shade in the color Tiki Hut. And I'm just using a small MAC 217 brush and then going back in with my original Morphe Fluffy brush to get it all nice and blended. Then to darken up the crease even more, I'm going in with MAC Embark on a tiny blender brush that's more tapered at the end to really get into that crease line. Then I'll follow that up by blending it in with the large fluffy brush. Next I'm going to be taking Makeup Geek shade Coal on a small pencil brush and just keeping it directly in the crease line. And then I'm going to take that same brush, that tapered brush that I used the Embark shade on, to just further blend it all in and keep it nice and seamless. Alright, so a little confession, I had no idea what I wanted to do for this eye look, so I did one eye off of camera. So I'm going to show you how I did it. So I'm taking the Thrash shade and the Urban Decay Electric palette on this MAC 242 like shader packing brush. And I'm just putting it all over the lid of my eye. And then I'm taking that same fluffy blending brush to blend all of the edges in seamlessly together so it looks kind of like a cut crease. So to further spice up this cut crease, I'm taking Urban Decay I'm taking Urban Decay glitter in the shade Midnight Cowboy. This was so freaking hard. Like, I'm not even kidding. I had no idea it would be this difficult. So to highlight my brow bone, I'm taking that same Brule shade on a little like definer brush and just sweeping it underneath of my eyebrow and then blending it out once again. So then I'm going back in with the Embark shade and placing it on a pencil brush and just very lightly dragging it underneath of my eye. I don't want this to be like a crazy smoky eye. I just wanted a little bit of color. Then I'm going to go in with the Buxom Mascara and just put on a light coat. Nothing heavy here, people, just a light one. Then I'm going to be applying the, I think they're called Eyelure Opulent, I think is what they're called, lashes. They're super fun, super light and wispy, and I really like them. And I just use the House of Lashes lash adhesive to put them on. So now to bronze the face, I'm going to be using the Faced Chocolate Soleil powder in the shade Milk Chocolate. And I'm just going to bronze everywhere that I had placed a contour before. Then I'm going to go in with the Milani Luminoso blush. I freaking love this blush. And I'm just using a Morphe blush brush to do so, and then using this duo fiber like fluffy brush to blend it all together. I'm having a hell of a time speaking tonight. Now to highlight my face, I'm using Becca Opal on the Morphe Rose Gold Tapered Contour Brush, I think is actually what it's called, but it's just the cute little highlight brush. It's so perfect for highlighting. Then once again, I'm just taking that same duo fiber brush and just blending everything together so I just look flawless. Then lastly, to put a little bit of sparkle in the corner of my eye, I'm taking MAC Nylon on that same brush that I used to highlight my brow bones. Then I'm going to be putting that same Buxom Mascara on my lower lashes and then providing a teensy tiny little coat on my lash line where I applied the false lashes just so that they all blend together. Alright, last but not least are the lips. So I'm taking this Essence lip liner in the shade Satin Mauve and just lining my lips. Pretty plain and simple. Then I'm going to be taking the Ofra Cosmetics liquid lipstick in the shade Napa Valley. This is the coolest, like holographic purple shade I have ever seen. I love this color. It is so pretty. And after that, my friends, we are done. Thank goodness. Just set your makeup with the Urban Decay All-Nighter Setting Spray, and that's it, y'all. Happy Anti-Valentine's Day.